What is up, brawlers, bladers, and fellow awesome nerds? It is I, Baku Dad, one half of the BakuBoys, and if this is your first time to the channel, please hit that like and subscribe button. Also, please be sure to drop a comment so you can help keep our channel growing as we do try and release weekly Bakugan, Beyblade, and other awesome nerdy content every Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into what I've got in store for you guys for this video. So, today is Saturday, December 18th. And for today's Saturday video, I actually have a super awesome video lined up for you guys. Instead of an unboxing video, today is actually going to be the third top 10 list. BakuKid is not here with me yet. I will be picking him up from his mom later here in just a little bit because we're doing some Christmas stuff with his mom and her family before I bring him back. And then next Saturday on Christmas, BakuKid and I will be doing our BakuBoys family Christmas special for all of you awesome viewers, where we will be with my girlfriend and her two kids and doing a bunch of fun family Christmas stuff. So that will be out next Saturday. But for today's top 10 video, BakuKid actually wanted me to do this, and we took a while to compile this list, and this is actually something completely different for us. But for today's video, I will be going through BakuKid's and my top 10 favorite tabletop games that we have played together. Some of the games, at least 3 of the games that are going to be on the top 10 list, have been played on the channel. Some more of the games that I will actually go through will probably at some point in time get played on the channel, and that will actually come in the near future. And on top of this being a top 10, who knows, maybe for one of the unboxing videos, instead of unboxing a toy, we might go ahead and delve deeper into the components of one of the board games featured in this video. But we're not going to waste that much more time. Instead of going to the table, I will be doing everything from where I am sitting right now. I have the list in front of me. I have all the board games set out and ready to go. So let us start off at the bottom of the list, starting with number 10, working our way to 1. And at the very end, I have 4 honorable mentions. So, starting with number 10, we have Stuffed Fables, an adventure book game. This game is kind of like a kid's version of D&D, where you play through a story and you have these characters you can play as, and it's a really fun kids adventure game. It's actually a lot of fun for both parents and kids to play together. And BakuKid and I, we've played through the very first chapter of the game. We have several more chapters to complete because instead of a game board, the board itself is actually a large storybook. So each page has a different map grid where you will put your characters and the enemy miniatures, and you'll play through the scenario on that page. And there's also a narrative that goes with each page as well. We might dive more into this in a future video, but that is our top 10 pick, Stuffed Fables. Our number 9 pick is right here in this clear tub that BakuKid and I have been collecting for years. And this is HeroClix. And what HeroClix is it is a multi-universal tabletop game. And when I first picked up HeroClix years and years ago, it started off with the Marvel franchise, and then it started to go into the DC comic book franchise and branched out through many other different video game and cinematic and even TV show universes. But you build, in the game, you build teams based on point value out of all these little miniatures. And then once you have a team put together, set of a certain point value that you and your opponent set for, you wind up going through a full skirmish battle of all your figures. So that is our number 9 pick, HeroClix. For our number 8 pick, I would say this is almost cheating, but at the same time, it's not. Our number 8 pick is Monopoly, but not just regular classic Monopoly. I've actually had this copy for quite a few years, but this is the Nintendo Gamer Monopoly, which actually takes the regular classic version of Monopoly and just completely flips it around on its head. So you're playing as Mario and other characters inside the Mario universe. Each different character has different powers and abilities that they can use. And the whole object is to collect more points instead of money. So at the end of the game, because after you complete a turn around the board, there is a boss fight that'll initiate, and all players get to participate in that boss fight. But whoever has the highest points by the time the last boss is either defeated or the last boss runs away is the winner. So that is our number 8 pick, Monopoly Gamer version. And I have the Collector's Edition instead of the normal edition, which in the Collector's Edition, you get to play as Bowser, and the final boss is Bowser Jr., whereas in the regular version, you don't get to play as Bowser, but Bowser is the final boss of that version. And yeah, that is our number 8 pick, Monopoly Gamer Edition. For our 7th pick, we decided to pick Battletack for our 7th pick. This game is actually a little bit more advanced, but BakuKid and I, we play by the beginner box rules, and it's a lot of fun. You get these mechs that have lots of weapons equipped, like laser guns and rockets, and you move your mechs around on this big hex grid, and you just blast away at each other, and it's just fun robot war. And that's the best way I can describe Battletech. Just giant robots, giant mech robots just going at war with each other, and it's super fun, it's super explosive, it's great. BakuKid and I, we've played it a couple times, and we've had fun every time. The beginner box comes with a few mechs. We actually wound up buying, a while back, we wound up getting the Master Mech book, which has all the mechs, but they're actually scaled more for the regular version. But BakuKid and I, we know how to scale them down to the beginner box rules. But that is our number 7 pick, Battletech. Moving on to our number 6 pick. This is one of BakuKid's new favorites, and it is Munchkin. Munchkin is a game for 3 to 6 players, and in Munchkin, you literally build your own character from level 1. You're fighting monsters and collecting treasure, and the first player to get their character up to level 10 wins. And it's a really fun card game. It gets really combative between players too. And it's really fun because players can either help you out or hinder you. We might actually try and play some Munchkin in the future because this game is just so fun. And BakuKid and I, we've had so much fun playing Munchkin together whenever we get a third person to actually play Munchkin with us. But that is our number 6 pick, Munchkin. Our number 5 pick is, I've actually unboxed one of these on our channel, and BakuKid and I have not played it yet. We've actually talked about playing it on the channel in the future, and we haven't decided when we're going to. But for our number 5 pick, is Dice Throne. And Dice Throne, well, let me grab everything else that we have for Dice Throne. So, Dice Throne is, I would consider it a cross between the Magic the Gathering card game and Yahtzee. And I will drop a link to the Dice Throne, the first one we unboxed. I'll drop a link to that in the description. But this game is a lot of fun. It's 2 to 6 players, but what you do is you pick one of, if you have one box, you pick one of the 2 characters, and then the other person takes the other character, and you just go head to head. And it's just a fun dice and card battle game with all kinds of cool and fun characters to pick from. So that is our number 5 pick, Dice Throne. Now for our number 4 pick, BakuKid and I have not played this one in a while, but it is the Dungeons & Dragons Dungeon Fantasy board game. In this board game, you can either play this by yourself if you want to, or you can play it with other people. But you take on one of 8 different characters. There are 4 different classes. Each class has 2 characters, but each character has a score target. So you are walking around this big labyrinth maze, fighting monsters, collecting experience, and collecting treasure. And once you reach your character's target score, you have to traverse back through the labyrinth all the way back to the entrance alive. And if you can do that, whoever does that first wins the game, or you can go ahead and do kind of like a score attack and try and beat your personal best score. But that is our number 4 pick, Dungeons & Dragons Dungeon Fantasy board game. Now, for the top 3. And the top 3 are games BakuKid and I have already played together on the channel. Like I said earlier in the video, 3 of the picks were games we've already played on the channel. So, starting with number 3 is King of Tokyo. You guys have already seen us play King of Tokyo. I will drop a link for our King of Tokyo playthrough in the description. This game is so much fun. BakuKid and I, we love this game because just trying to, see who's the bigger batter monster that is going to rule over all of Tokyo is so much fun. And this game is literally like the Godzilla versus Kong movie, but it's just all these giant monsters just going head to head at each other and fighting for Tokyo supremacy. And that is our number 3 pick, King of Tokyo. Our number 2 pick is actually a game we've played quite frequently on the channel, and that is Space Marine Adventures. I've already played 3 solo sessions of this where I delved through all 3 of the levels available, and then BakuKid and I, yesterday for Friday's video, we just did our first co-op playthrough of this game. This game is so fun to play. We love playing it every single time, and it is our number 2 pick, Space Marine Adventures. And now for the last pick. We've played this game, I think, at least maybe twice on the channel. And it is another Dungeons and Dragons tabletop game, but it is Dungeon Mayhem. This game is so much fun because each character has their own deck, and each player takes a deck, shuffles it, and then you're just going head to head, and it's 2 to 6 players, so it can get chaotic when you add more players to the mix. And that is our number 1 pick, Dungeons and Dragons Dungeon Mayhem. And now I actually have 4 honorable mentions. One is a game that BakuKid and I, we've played a couple times in the past. We might actually play it on the channel in the future. There's 3 games that BakuKid and I have never sat down and played before. I've sat down and played them before, but BakuKid and I have never sat down and played them together. So, first honorable mention is DiceBot Mega Fun. This game is super chaotic, super bombastic, and it's just rapid fire left and right because it can go 2 to 4 players, and each character or each player takes a robot and a set of dice, and then there is this deck of cards that gets shuffled, and each player gets drawn out random cards from this deck, and then each player takes a few dice. And then you go ahead and roll the dice into this large pool. So it's not just your dice, it's yours and everyone else's dice. And then you're grabbing dice from this large pool of dice and building your robot for big fights. It is a big head-to-head robot like Mega Bash. And that is the first honorable mention, DiceBot Mega Fun. Second honorable mention is a game that Aiden, BakuKid and I, we've never sat down and played before, but I've wanted to play this with him because it takes a character from one of our favorite video games and makes it into a fun strategic card game. And that is Mega Man Pixel Tactics. Each player gets a deck, and then you get to actually kind of build your army. You have 3 robots in the front. You have 2 robots to the side and middle. Your center character is your commander, and then you also have a third far row in the back where you have 3 more characters or robots. And you're going head to head against your opponent, trying to take out robots or characters to get to their general in the middle. And what you want to do is you want to get rid of that general. So that is the second honorable mention, Mega Man Pixel Tactics. Third honorable mention, and this is one that I have wanted to play with BakuKid for quite a while. It is Legendary. and not just any form of legendary, but it is the Marvel Villains Legendary, and I actually have a lot for this game. This is a deck building card game where you start off with a simple deck of cards, just a few cards that are your resources. You have 2 different resources. It is a co-op game as well, so it's not head to head. This game, you and another player are actually working together to defeat a boss. And not only do I have Marvel villains in here, but I have Marvel heroes in here as well. So I can actually mix heroes and villains together to go after the big boss. But what you're doing is you're building your deck with the resource deck you have to go ahead and make your deck more powerful to where you can actually defeat that big boss. And that is the third honorable mention, legendary deck building card game. And for the final honorable mention, I have still yet to play this game, but I had picked it up a while back from Dice Age when I had enough points to redeem for a $100 gift card that I could use in the store for anything I wanted. BakuKid has watched me play this video game, and it is actually one of my favorite video games and one of the most painfully difficult video games I have ever played, and that is Dark Souls. And I have the Dark Souls board game. This is a 1 to 4 player co-op game. I have still yet to learn how to play this game myself. And BakuKids actually wanted to play this game with me too, because he's watched me play quite a bit of Dark Souls and he's enjoyed what he has seen, even though he's watched me get really frustrated at the Dark Souls game because of how painfully, brutally difficult the game is. But that is the final honorable mention, Dark Souls, the board game. And with the top 10 and 4 honorable mentions out of the way, that is actually going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed this nice delve into not only BakuKids and my tabletop game collection, but another big passion we have and a lot of other board games that we have played together, because one of BakuKids and my big bonding moments is being able to sit down and play a lot of games together. Whether that's actually playing a tabletop game or a video game together, because man, BakuKid and I, we love doing a lot of stuff together. And a lot of the stuff we do on our channel, we just enjoy so much. And thank you all for sticking around and watching our content. With this list, we actually hope to dive into some more tabletop games in the future. But until next video, I am BakuDad signing off, one half of the BakuBoys. And always remember to Bakugan Brawl, let it rip, and stay awesome and nerdy. Peace out, guys.